This is Bill Brady doing another recording for the Kingship course. This particular recording is about the promises to overcomers, numbers 4 and 5. Let me just bring those up on the document that I wrote so we can look what those promises are. Promise number 4, to him who overcomes, I will give him a white stone. Promise number 5, to him who overcomes, I will give a new name written on the stone, which no one knows but he who receives it. So number 4 is the actual white stone. Number 5 is the new name written on the white stone. Now, here's the thing. There is no place in Scripture where you can go for first mention of white stone because this is the first mention of white stone. So what is the meaning of the white stone is something you can't get by looking in Scripture for the meaning. It's something you need to get in some other way. And I haven't got revelation about what the white stone means. So I'm going to leave that there for right now and concentrate on promise number 5. If anybody has revelation about what the white stone means, I'd love to hear it. Number 5 is the new name written on the white stone. And specifically, it's a new name that no one knows but he who receives it. Now that's interesting. So you get the revelation and are given a new name. Now, there are new names in Scripture. I mean, Paul was originally Saul, and then he's given the new name Paul. Abraham was Abram or Avram, and then his new name is Abraham or Avraham. Sarah was Sarai, and then Sarah. Peter was Peter, then Cephas. These are new names, but none of these are actually new names of this particular kind of new name. And I just realized this yesterday as I was thinking about this in preparation for speaking about it. I have been given new names previously, but they were new names as an apostle. So I was given the new name John. That's a Melchizedek apostle name. John's one of the 12. He was the youngest of the 12 and the last to be alive, and the one that Jesus dictated these letters to. So I was given that as a new name, but that's a new name of a Melchizedek apostle. It's not this kind of new name. And I wasn't led to keep it to myself. I shared it around, and I've just shared it now. And there's been other new names given to me. There was a new name given to me through another father, and there was another new name given to me that I've shared also. And these also were not this kind of new name, because I see this kind of new name as being a kingship new name. When you first eat from the fruit of the tree of life and you now have no danger of being cast into the lake of fire, and you begin your journey towards immortal life of your body and so on, these are all kingship. These are all aspects, promises given to kings. Previously, I thought that it was a progression that began with eating from the tree of life and then finally ended up with sitting down with Jesus on the throne as a king. But now I'm seeing that this is all one, these are all promises given to kings. So I really didn't have a new name that had been given to me as a king until today when I asked for it, and I'm not going to share it because it does specifically say here, no one knows but he who receives it. So someone's not going to give you a prophecy of your new name, of this kind of new name. Someone's not going to, you're not going to share this new name with anybody else. In fact, I probably wouldn't even write it down. Let God do the journey for you. What do I mean by that? Well, think about Joseph. He had this dream about the sun, the moon, and the stars bowing down to him. And he told his mom, dad, and brothers. And then a little while later, he ends up in the pit because his jealous brothers tossed him there. And this whole thing happens that really we can see that God worked it out together for good, but maybe it wasn't supposed to happen that way. If he kept his mouth shut and not shared it prematurely or with the wrong people, and all of his family was the wrong people, maybe he wouldn't have had to go through all that, and God would have accomplished those things in another way. I'm thinking Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Joseph, maybe he could have shared it with Jacob, but not with, well, maybe with Isaac, but not with Jacob, or maybe with Abraham, not in Isaac and Jacob. Anyway, he was unwise in sharing what he did with who he shared it. There are other new names in Scripture. Jesus himself is given a new name in the revelation of Jesus Christ. So this new name thing is something that's not restricted just to us and not just restricted to kings. There's new names of names that are before kingship, and there's new names of names that are after kingship and later on. But this particular new name is one that is given to you as a king. And it is one that you keep to yourself. You don't share it with anybody else. I don't think I even speak it out loud. I just, it says no one knows. So it's not even something that the angels are going to hear or the fallen angels are going to hear. It's just something you keep to yourself, you and God, which allows that journey to happen without it being other forces operating with respect to that name. Okay. So again, I have no idea what the white stone means. I mean, I have some ideas about white means and what stone means, but nothing, there's no first mention of white stone other than this first mention of white stone. So I'm going to have to get that revelation another way, and I haven't put the effort into it yet because my effort's been involved with the new name part of it that's written on the white stone. The white stone may simply be something to write the new name on, but the white stone probably has meaning of its own in addition. The word white is found throughout the revelation of Jesus Christ, so you can work with that. And I suppose you could work with stone in the revelation of Jesus Christ. I haven't done that at this point. But again, the new name that's given to you at this point, I believe is going to be a new name having to do with kingship, and you're to keep it to yourself. Okay.